When you wake up before you brush your teeth, you grab your scrap, nigga. Only time you get down on your knees, you gon' crowd, nigga. For what you heard, God blessin' all the trout niggas. God blessin' all the trout niggas.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy TAPX Ears back. I'm like their commentary. And this is going to be a Ghost Chem Strike. Gameplay is kind of irrelevant. I'm sorry about the quality on this gameplay. I think I got this like years ago when I was streaming. So that's kind of like why it's a little bit hazy. But I didn't want to really plug up my 360 and I already had like a bunch of gameplay saved. So I just decided to pick this one out just because this is a boots on the ground gameplay, the classic Call of Duty. And it's kind of like one of the topic that I wanted to talk about for this gameplay is pretty much boots on ground pretty much is confirmed for the next Call of Duty that's coming out in 2017. And for all you jetpackers, don't worry. Boots on the ground really isn't that difficult to get used to, especially if you've never played it. If you have played it before and you just haven't played it in like 4 years, obviously you'll be fine. But boots on the ground is and will always be better than jetpacks, and I'm going to pretty much explain why in this video. For those of you who, who've played Boots on the Ground CODs, been playing since like at least like probably Modern Warfare 2 or even COD 4, you guys already know why and what I'm going to say in this video. So I'm going to get right into the points on why Boots on the Ground is better than jetpacks and will always be better than jetpacks. And the number one reason why Boots on the Ground will be better than jetpacks is because there's less randomness. And if you guys don't understand like what I'm saying about less randomness, there's less like chaotic things going on the map. There's people that aren't coming from like 6 different directions, up above you, behind you, stuff like that, side to side. There really isn't a lot of that, additional movement. Actually, there isn't at all for Boots on the Ground. So it's less randomness. Hopefully there won't be any specialists in the next Call of Duty. If there are going to be specialists, they probably won't be as extreme as the specialists with jetpack COD, just because you kind of have additional movement with that. So they probably will not be as overpowered. I'm hoping they won't be, and hopefully they'll be more like ability based, like kinetic armor and stuff like that, not really heavy on specialist weapons. That's just going to be something that I really hope that they don't do, is make overpowered weapons or whatnot. And another reason why Boots on the Ground, in my opinion, is better than jetpacks is because that you can control the map a lot better. And I decided to use this gameplay just because this map, I think it's like Frost or something like that. I honestly can't remember the map name on Ghost. But you can see that I'm pretty much locking down their entire spawn back here by myself. And on a jetpack Call of Duty, you really can't do that, especially playing solo. You see here, I pretty much can just funnel them from like 3 different alleyways. They really can't get out of the trap. And this is something that, a lot of players that were like good at Boots on the Ground CODs like easily picked up. And that's something that, you really can't do in the jetpack Call of Duty, just because, like I said in my previous point, is that you can pretty much, come from so many different directions just because of the jetpack, that there really isn't any type of map flow. And that's kind of like what's been missing in Call of Duty. It's just people just, just jumping into the spawn, not really, thinking about what they're doing. And there really isn't, that much of map flow on the game. And, definitely with Boots on Ground, a lot of the people who have not played a Boots on the Ground Call of Duty will probably pick up on this relatively quickly. Me, since I'm like kind of like a seasoned Call of Duty player, I'm obviously going to pick on that, instantaneously, pretty much within the first game of each map. I can pretty much tell the map flow, and that's just something that, it comes with like time playing Call of Duty, and that's been missing out, in the newer Call of Duties that's came out. Map flow really hasn't been a thing. It's just pretty much, whoever gets the first hater, is pretty much going to win the game. And another thing that I kind of want to make a point on, this why Boots on the Ground Call of Duty is better. If you notice in this gameplay, not one UAV was put up in the air, but I'm pretty much aware of where everybody is at all times, just because of the map flow, and there really isn't chaotic things going on. That alone should, solidify my fact and my point that Boots on the Ground is better. The fact that you could pretty much tear up the spawn and you know where people are coming from without a radar is definitely something that, has been lacking in the, the later CODs. or in the newer CODs, excuse me, because in Infinite Warfare, especially in Black Ops 3, people really didn't move around that much unless there's a UAV. Everybody was always, worried about, oh my god, when's the next hater gonna go up? Oh my god, when's the next advanced UAV? I need something like that, a UAV up to move around the spawn. You don't really need a UAV to move around on boots on the ground games. Obviously, people are gonna be camping because people just camp in Call of Duty. I personally think people camp more on jetpack CODs, just for the worst players who really aren't going to get, they refuse to get used to the movement, are not, they're just not going to do it, so they're just going to sit in the spawn. At least in boots on the ground COD, you at least have a fair playing field, because you're not really dying, because you're not seeing people that are in corners that you're not really expecting, because you're expecting people to be moving around a lot more, which is, something that's definitely backfired. I don't think people move around a lot in the jetpack CODs personally, especially if you're playing worse players. They're usually just camping in the back of their spawn. Anybody that's played, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3 knows exactly what I'm talking about. People just camp, they don't move, and it is really, really annoying. And there's the Kim right there, but like I said, you really do not need a radar in the boots on the ground Call of Duties. That's just something that, that's just been lacking, and that's just the number one reason, and I think that solidifies my point as why that jetpack CODs, are not as good as boots on the ground. It's just the fact that you can maneuver the spawns and pretty much control the entire map without a UAV. There's less randomness, and there's there's overall more map flow, and it just comes down to more map awareness on pretty much what you're going to be doing in the match. I definitely think that people who have not played not played boots on the ground CODs, they might struggle for the first week, but over time they definitely will get used to it. I don't know how the fuck I died here. I was completely confused. I remember this gameplay years ago. Man, that was dumb. But back on topic, I definitely think that people who are not used to boots on the ground CODs, they might be confused for a couple weeks, but in a weaker time, you definitely will get used to it, and I assure you that you will definitely think that boots on the ground CODs are better than jetpack CODs. So I'm just going to cut the gameplay off here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, man, I'm honestly so stoked for boots on the ground CODs. Hope you guys are too, and I'll catch you guys in the next gameplay, next video. Definitely gonna have some bangers coming out this week, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. It's been your boy TAPX Ears, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.